Hi, this is Carolina, the Soul Coach. Welcome to my podcast. Hello and welcome to this week's Sunday Catchup podcast. How are you and how has your week been? I hope it's been a good one. It certainly has for us. But I want to share a funny story with you first. So I wrote some notes earlier, was having a chat with Will about what to include in the Sunday Catch-Up podcast, and tucked this piece of paper away, ready for me to record the podcast. And then I've just been searching for it and I couldn't find it. Looked everywhere, just couldn't get it. And I was like, I'll do it without my notes, but I never like to do it without any notes. And then I remembered where I tucked it. Somewhere really safe. Guess where that place was? In my bra. Of course I put it in there. Of course. Normally crystals might go in there. And then that's another funny story because, of course, you forget that your crystals are in your bra. And then when it comes to undoing your bra, they fly everywhere. But yes, I was very glad to have found the notes, but it did take me a little while to find them. They were obviously nice and comfortable in there. So this week was certainly very magical, and I'm not sure where to start, but I'm going to start on Thursday because that was a very special day, and I was really looking forward to Thursday because as lots of you that know me know, that magical number for us is 888. And on Thursday, the date was the 8th of August, 2024. And 2024 adds up to 2024, adds up to 8. So it was a triple day. And I was really excited about what would happen and what would unfold. And the universe certainly didn't let us down. And it was such an awesome day. It really was. The power that the universe has. Honestly, I'm in so much awe of it. I really am. So 888 is a very special number for us because Will and I went on our first date, and 8 years on the 18th of August, and then 8 years later, little Hattie was born, 8 years to the day. So on the 18th of August, so 888, amazing, just love it. And our number plate is 888 as well. So it's a really spectacular day, and it's a very magical number sequence for us. So what happened? Everything. It literally all came in for us on that day. It was such an amazing vibe in the shop because I was working all day and we were so busy. It was like everybody had felt the energy and came in looking for crystals and what they could do for this special day for manifestation. And the conversations were amazing. The people that we met were amazing. And the shop was literally buzzing. I had to keep pinching myself and was so grateful and kept saying, I'm so grateful, universe. Thank you so much. So grateful, because it was just a really special day. And if ever I needed a sign that we are doing the right thing and that the universe has got our back, that day was the day. So yeah, it was really awesome. And I really hope it was awesome for you today and lots of magic unfolded for you. And it was really fun doing the podcast with Kathy as well about the day because a portal was opening up on that day, the Lion's Gate, and it was all to do with the star Sirius. And yeah, it was just such a special day. And especially as I love stars and I really believe that I've come from a star planet and my surname's Star and I've got a tattoo with a star on it. So having this, it's all to do with this Sirius star. And then Kathy was explaining it all on the podcast, which you can listen to if you haven't already listened to it on the channel. So yeah, it was just really awesome. And then something else happened that evening as well. So we, as I have shared on here, we were transforming the shop and we were changing the shop. And obviously we were we were really looking forward to the changes in the shop, and it felt really right. And I'm going to talk about changes in a minute, because that's kind of the main thing that I want to talk about on the podcast this week. It synchronistically happened that we were doing it on the 8th of August, and it all just came together. And Harriet and Amelia, Will and Matt, Harriet's boyfriend, got to work Thursday evening, and 3 hours later, literally, the shop is transformed. It is the best it's ever looked. It looks incredible. I'm so happy. It flows, and all the customers that came in on Friday and Saturday just said how fantastic the shop looked. It's literally popped. And I am so, so grateful to Will Ican, who has made these absolute amazing renovation changes. And I'm so grateful to Matt for doing all the electric work and changing all the lights. And I'm so grateful to the girls. And I'm so grateful for the team. Honestly, it was a magical evening of change, and the shop has transformed. And it's absolutely incredible. And yes, so we will be sharing the changes, and I think we're gonna create a reel, because we've been videoing every stage of the way. So yeah, very, very exciting. And so that was interesting in itself, because the shop was busy on Friday and was busy on Saturday, which I'm extremely grateful for. But it was really busy on the 8th of August. So I wonder whether just the energies of, the vibe that we were going to change, and we were excited, maybe something, also added to that. And yeah, it was an incredible day. It really was. I think you can hear that. We are literally super grateful. We really, really are. So I want to talk about change, because I think change is very interesting. What are your thoughts about change, and what about your feelings for change? Because change can be hard, can't it? It can be really hard, and it can be difficult as well. So I think change is completely, you can't stop change. The universe doesn't wait for change. Change happens all the time. Energy is moving all the time, and change happens all the time. And we either embrace it, don't we, or we don't. And I know when change happens, and try and embrace it fully and completely, and just go with change. But I know sometimes change can be hard, because we want it a different way, and sometimes the universe has different plans. So it's just a question of going with that change and embracing it. So Will and I listen a lot to Joe Vitale when we're on our way to the coast, where we go frequently, as you know, and he always says that change is opportunity. Wherever there's change, there's opportunities, and the universe wants us to grow, doesn't it? It wants us to become better, and we just can't stop change. And if we do, I think the feeling that I feel when we stop change is, which we can't do, but when we procrastinate with change, or whether we don't allow and let go and we just hold on to it, it brings up lots of emotions. It brings up, because I'm thinking about this now, so then I'm starting to feel anxious, and I'm starting to feel scared, and I feel wobbly in my tummy. And that doesn't really serve us. So I think the only choice we have is to embrace change, and to allow the universe to work its magic in order to get us where we need to be, wherever that may be. So I think that we feel, and we often say, if we don't change, we don't embrace change, we go backwards. And so when we think about the shop and the changes that's gone through, especially as we've been in the Ashley Centre now for 14 years, And we have, like everyone, had to embrace a lot of changes. And we, even though the shop is small, we have changed it so many times. And now with this feeling that we had with the shop change, it's like the best it's ever looked. And how that came about was, I said to Will, I was sitting in the office and I said to Will, I think that we could change this into a treatment room, which was what the original idea was and what we had it first. Do you remember? Did you know that we had we had the shop with the archway and we sold some products with it in it, but we were never entirely comfortable. So then in COVID, just before COVID or in COVID, we changed it into a treatment room. And then, that was it. Before, we shut the archway and we changed it into a treatment room, and then we changed it into an office. I can't remember the timescales, but it doesn't matter. And then, so it was an office. And so I was sitting in the office. I said to Will, I really think we need to change. We're not really using this office as best we could, and change it to treatment room. And Will said, no, what about a shop? Changing it back into the shop. And we were like, oh, for the clothes. And so the next day Will was knocking down the wall and we were embracing this change, and we thought, well, if we can do it by the end of August, that would be awesome. And yeah, he did it, and we did it on Thursday night. And it was like it was an inspired idea. It was like it was a gift from the universe. It was like one of those ideas that just needed movement. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever had an idea and it just wants fast movement and it wants change straight away? And it's like the universe is going, this is a good idea, and it's time for that change. So get into action and just do it. Rather than a change that you feel needs to happen and it goes on in your head, and then you procrastinate and then it just doesn't happen. There's like a subtle difference. I find those kind of inspired ideas and inspired, that I'm called for inspired action, kind of bubbles up from within. And then when we get into action, it just happens really quickly. So when have you had that feeling of an inspired idea and got into action and it's just all flowed? And then when have you had an idea and it hasn't flowed and there's just been problems? I always know when I have an idea and it's come from my subconscious or my head, that it's just fraught with delays. And I know it's more from my ego than a universal inspired change. There is a difference. So if you're kind of had an idea but it's fraught with problems and you're trying to battle it, let go of that boulder. Stop pushing that boulder uphill and just let it go. Trust me, when you have an idea and it flows and there's nothing in the way, they're the great ideas. Now, what I'm not saying, so I'm going to give you an analogy. So in 2006, when I had the back op and I had the idea that we needed a shop, literally everything was, when I was up and able and fit, literally everything just flowed. The family thought it was a good idea. We found somewhere where we could operate from. Everything was green light. It was go, 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 go. And then the shop fell through. And I was like, okay, so is the universe saying to me that they don't want me to do this, don't want us to do this? Or is it just a little hurdle because everything else was green light? Was this just a little hurdle to find another shop? And the next day we found another shop through talking to someone, and then before you know it, we had a shop and it was much better. It was in a better location, the rent was great, and it was really, it was just divinely orchestrated. So So when that doesn't happen and you there isn't green light, it's like red light, red light, red light, red light. Then it's like, okay, so what's really going on here? Am I meant to be doing it? When I don't listen to that, that's then when trouble comes. That's when then things don't work out. But when we get a green light, and then we just get a little bump in the road, and then we get green light again, it's just the universe orchestrating to help things be much better. And so there was another little issue when we opened the shop, and that was we needed to get a loan from the bank. And we went to the bank manager and said, okay, we've got this idea, blah, 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 blah. And they said, no. They said, if you have the money, we'll lend you the money. I'm like, well, I wouldn't be coming to you if I had the money. And it was like, I thought banks were meant to help businesses. But anyway, of course, because it was a risk in their eyes, they didn't want to risk their money. 17 years later, still going strong, thanks to everybody. And we found the money another way. Family, friends helped out, and that was how we found the money, and all, obviously the rest is history. But again, it was just a little bump in the road, and it got sorted out very, very quickly. So yeah, that was really awesome. So yeah, I know change can be scary. So I'm kind of talking about two different things here. I'm talking about change and inspired action and inspired ideas, but you get the gist. So what is it that you're wanting to do? And are you feeling inspired to do it? Because if you are, start getting into action. You are so going to know very quickly whether it is a inspired thought or inspired action, because it will go green light, green light, green light. And if it's not, and if it's red light, red light, red light, just pause, let go of the boulder, come back down the hill and start again. But give yourself some time, come back into your stillness, ground, and just allow those changes to happen. So enjoy the process of change, and just know that it is necessary, that the universe doesn't stop for anything, and just know that the universe absolutely has your back, and everything is happening for you. What else this week? We obviously, Thursday night, we spent a lot of time with the family, and then we went out for a great pizza afterwards, and that was nice. And I had to laugh at Matt because we thought we'd take about 2 hours to do the changes, and he was doing all the electrics, and to begin with it was just taking a little while. And I said to him, we might have to get a takeaway instead of going out for a pizza. And all of a sudden he'd finished. He did it so quickly, and he said that the thought of not having a beer got a movie on, so it was just making us all laugh. The motivation, what motivates us to to crack it out. So yeah, it took us 3 hours to make these changes, but that just made us laugh. So we had a great pizza, and it was really nice spending the time with the family, working all together, and then going out and relaxing, and yeah, that was really lovely. And then on Friday we were obviously working, and then the girls, I think it was Harriet, had bought Will a voucher for Buckland Park Lake for dinner. And so the four of us, Amelia and Harriet and Will and I, went out for dinner at Buckland Park at the Riviera restaurant. It was so nice. The weather on Friday was really good, and we sat outside overlooking the lake. And yeah, we had a great meal. It was really nice. And again, we're so lucky that we work with with family, and that we get to enjoy the time together. I feel so grateful that they still want to spend time with us, and yeah, very, very grateful for that. And so that was a really nice evening. Really enjoyed that. but we were tired. After Thursday, we were really tired, but we had a good night. But what was interesting is that when we got there was loads of swimmers in the lake doing the cold water swim, and it was such a beautiful evening. All I wanted to do was run and jump in because it just looks so refreshing. And yeah, have you ever been Buckland Park? It's amazing, and the restaurant there is only open in the evenings, some evenings, and then but it's open at lunchtimes. Really nice, and would thoroughly recommend it. It's a great place. And then on Saturday I had amazing clients, and it was awesome. It really was had a couple of Reiki healings with some lovely customers, and again, I don't know who enjoys it more, me or them. Just love it. It's so relaxing, it's so chilled out, and yet it's so transformational. And to see the before and the after, I should take photographs of before and after a client to see the difference between the both. It was just amazing. And I did a palm reading, and that was really insightful as well. And the power, the energy in people's hands and their lives, that are just literally in someone's hands. You can see so much in there, and it's a real honor to do a palm reading for someone. And it was really good. And just being in that sacred space for the morning with the clients is just a real honor. It's just lovely. It was really nice. And then in the evening, we went out with some friends. They treated us to a meal for my birthday, and we had a lovely evening. So really blessed this week with lots of love, lots of great vibe. The vibe was just amazing this week. It really was. And just talking to all of you and having chats in the shop, and it was just a really great week. So definitely connecting to our tribe is so important, isn't it? And so we'd gone out for dinner with friends, and that was really lovely. And then we came back to ours and had a coffee, and we played a new game that we've got called Brandy Dog, which was really good fun, playing cards, and it was a great game, a really good game. So that was it. And now we're here on Sunday, and the weather is beautiful, isn't it? It really is. It so is. So hope you had a good week. And please, if you can you do something for me? Can you just if you can, like my podcast, or subscribe wherever you're listening to it, whatever you can do, write a comment. It really helps to reach out to other people, and it would really help me. If you're enjoying the podcast, and I know some of you are, but if it's possible, I don't know what platform you listen to it, but that I would so appreciate that. Thank you so much. Wishing you an amazing week ahead. I hope you have a good one. So next week is Harriet's birthday, her 30th birthday. I can't believe we have a daughter who's 30 and a daughter that will be 32 in September. 30 and 32. Wow, can't quite believe that. But what magnificent, amazing, beautiful girls they are. So feel very lucky to be mama to them. And I know Will feels that too. Look forward to sharing what we got up to over Harriet's birthday. And this week, let's just take a breath just for a moment. All is well. Nowhere for you to go, nothing for you to do. Just to take a breath in and out. Feeling your feet on the ground. Connecting to the ground beneath you. Relaxing your shoulders and sitting up tall, connecting to heaven above, earth below, and connecting to your heart, feeling the love and allowing the magic to infuse your life. Nothing we need to do, just allow. Our job is just to connect deep within. Let go and take inspired action when we feel it. Big hugs.